13 March 2022 Madhuban Avyakt BapDada Om Shanti Revised 20th January 1990. The Murli's title is 5 Special Steps of Father Brahma. Today, the Father, who is loved by the whole world, is saying he is especially deeply loving and close children. All are loving, but those who are extremely loving and close are those who follow the Father at every step. The incorporeal Father kept Brahma Baba, the corporeal instrument, in front of the corporeal children for them to be able to follow him in a practical way. He was the first soul in the drama who experienced 84 births from the beginning to the end. He became the medium in the corporeal form and became an example in front of the children to make it easy for them to follow. Because when one sees a powerful example, it is easy to follow. Therefore, Baba kept Brahma Baba as a symbol of love for the loving children, and he gave every child the elevated Srimad to follow the Father at every step. Do all of you consider yourselves to be the clothed souls who follow the Father? Do you find it easy or difficult to follow him? What were the special steps of Father Brahma that you saw? The first step, a total renunciate. Not only renunciation of the body and logic relations, but the greatest renunciation, the first renunciation, was that of surrendering his mind and intellect. This means that in every action, at every moment, there was only the awareness of the Father and Srimad in his mind and intellect. He constantly considered himself to be an instrument and was detached and loving in every action. In bodily relationships, he renounced the consciousness of I. When the mind and body are surrendered to the Father, bodily relationships are automatically renounced. The first step was that of being a total renunciate. The second step, always obedient. At all times and everything, whether in self-progress or in giving sustenance to the yajna, he remained an instrument. Only Brahma is the special soul who has that unique part fixed in the drama. The same soul is the mother and also the father. While being an instrument for giving sustenance to the yajna, he always remained obedient. Although the task of establishment was a huge one, he didn't disobey any of the instructions. You easily saw his form of saying, "Yes, my Lord, I am present," in a practical way at all times. The third step, faithful in every thought. A wife who is faithful to her husband cannot remember anyone except her husband, even in her dreams. In the same way, you saw the practical form of his being faithful at all times with his consciousness of no one but the one Father, while being an instrument for the responsibility of the new unlimited establishment by having the power of faithfulness and practice, by having one faith and one support. He easily overcame all adverse situations and inspired others too. The fourth step, a world server. The speciality in service was that, on one hand, he was a very humble world servant, and on the other hand, had the authority of knowledge. To the extent that he was humble, he was accordingly a carefree emperor. The fearless of truth is the speciality of service. No matter how much his relatives, politicians, and religious leaders opposed him because of this new knowledge. They were not able to shake him even slightly from his position of truth and fearlessness. This is known as a balance of being humble and having authority. All of you are seeing the result of that. Those who insulted him are now bowing down to him in their minds. The special basis of success in doing service is to humble, to be an instrument, and to be unlimited. He became an embodiment of success with this method. The fifth step, free from any bondage of karma, free from any relationships of karma, that is, free from any bondage of the body. An angel, karmatit. In 1 second, he conquered all attachment and became an embodiment of the remembrance of one, close and equal. Today, Baba has told you briefly of the 5 steps. There is a lot of detail, but in essence, those who place their steps in these 5 steps are known as the ones who follow the Father. Now ask yourselves, in how many steps have you followed him? Have you just surrendered, or have you surrendered totally? To have surrendered totally means you are equal to the Father in your thoughts, nature, and sanskars. If even now, while moving along, you think or say, my nature is like this, my nature is like that, or if thoughts emerge or you say things against your conscious wish, that is not known as being a total renunciate. Although you call yourselves completely surrendered, there is still the consciousness of mine and yours when it comes to surrendering every trace. The Father's nature means swabhav, means the nature of the self. That is the nature of the soul. Let your sanskars always be like those of the Father, that is of love, of mercy, and of having a generous heart. This is called a big heart. To have a small heart means to have the limited consciousness of mind, whether for oneself, for the service place, or for the service companions. Whereas to have a big heart means that everyone experiences you as belonging to them. When someone has a big heart, he experiences an abundance of success in every task, whether in body, mind, wealth, or relations. Abundance means that there is greater benefit, whereas someone with a small heart has to make more effort and has less success. You also were told previously that those who have small hearts never have plenty in their treasure stores or kitchen. Their service companions will give many reassurances. You do this and we will do this. But then, when it comes to it, they start relating their circumstances. This is known as pleasing the Lord with a big heart. So the Lord is always pleased with those who understand the significance of everything. All of you teachers have big hearts, do you not? You are the instruments for the unlimited, greatest of all tasks. You do not say that you are the ones who bring benefit to only a certain area or to only a certain country. Do you? You are world benefactors, are you not? So a big heart is needed for such a big task, is it not? Big means unlimited. Or will you teachers say that you have been given limits? Why are those limits created? Because of small hearts? No matter how big an area you are given, always have unlimited feelings. Do not have any limits in your hearts. Do not let the limits of a place influence by your heart. If there is an influence of limits on your heart, the unlimited Father cannot stay within a limited heart. Baba is big. and so big heart is needed. While staying in Madhuban, did Father Brahma ever have the thought that Madhuban was mine and the rest, that is Punjab, UP, Karnataka, Tamil, etc., were all the children's? All of you have love for Father Brahma, do you not? To have love means to follow. Are all of you teachers are the ones who follow the Father? Or are you the ones who say, this is my center, my student, or my income? Would the students also think, this one is my teacher? To follow the Father means to merge mine and yours, to merge anything limited into the unlimited. There is now a need to place your footstep in these steps. Let everyone's thoughts, words, and way of doing service be experienced to be unlimited. You ask what you now have to do this year. Do you not, for self transformation, finish everything that is limited, including any traces of it? Let whoever you see and whoever sees you experience your intoxication of being an unlimited emperor. Those with limited hearts cannot be unlimited emperors. Don't think that the more centers you open or the more service you do, the greater the king you will become. The price of heaven is not based on that. There has to be service done. There have to be centers, but there must to be no trace of any limits. Such souls chain the throne of the kingdom of the world. Number wise, therefore, do not just please your heart now for a short moment of time. Someone who is fragrant, equal to the Father, and close, now will also be close to the Father Brahma for 21 births. So, do you want such a prize, or do you want the prize of this time? I have many students, many centers. Do not get caught up in thus many now. Adopt a very generous heart. Did you hear what you have to do this year? This year, let no one's limited sanskars emerge even in dreams. Do you have this much courage? Do not follow one another. Follow the Father. Secondly, BapDada especially drew your attention to speech. This year, pay special double attention to your words. This direction for words has been sent to everyone. You will receive a prize for this. Just keep your own chart with honesty and cleanliness. You are the children of the true Father, are you not? BapDada is giving these directions to everyone. When you see that service is making your stage fluctuate, there cannot be success in that service. By all means, do less service, but do not allow your stage to come down. How can any service that makes your stage come down be called service? Therefore, BapDada is telling everyone once again that along with one's own stage and doing service, that is together with the service of others, let there constantly be self-service. If you stop self-service and only do the service of others, there will not be success. Have courage to do self-service and also for serving others. The Almighty Authority Father is your helper. Therefore, keep a balance of the two with courage and move forward. Do not become weak. You are victorious souls who have been instruments many times. It is not difficult for such victorious souls and doesn't require labor. You will then experience the attention and the practice to be easy and automatic. Do not have any tension in paying attention. Some change attention into tension. The original sanskars of Brahmin souls are of attention and practice. Acha. That leaves the matter of doing service for world benefit. Therefore, this year, let every center invite those who have heard the message to come into connection. Let each center hold Snehamilan, means small gatherings of love, according to its capacity. It doesn't matter whether you have separate ones for individual professions or whether you mix them. But pay special attention to those souls. Meet them personally. If you simply send them things by post, the result is less. Make groups of your own students that come and invite a small number of people from that group personally to come close and make them responsible. All the students will then become busy and there will also be a selection of service. You speak of this saying that you don't follow it through. You have to relate new things to such souls too. Up to now, you have been collecting visions for a better world, and so now draw their attention to themselves. Arrange special topics such as self progress and the basis of self progress. Now arrange these new topics. Organize the spiritual budget for self progress. When you organize a budget, you always create a saving scheme. So, what is the account of spiritual saving? Instead of time, words, thoughts, and energy being wasted, they have to be used in the best way. So, now draw everyone's attention to themselves. Some children had also arranged a topic for self transformation, but this year, every center has the freedom to do whatever it can with self progress. First of all, plan the budget for saving for oneself. Then, for service, give this experience to others. If you are able to arrange large programs, then do so. If you are unable to do that, then you may hold small programs. However, special attention has to be paid to balancing self service with serving others and doing world service. It should not be that you get so busy doing service that you do not have time for self progress. This is a year of freedom, and in doing service, do as much as you want. By keeping both plans in your awareness, you can make a further addition. The plans can be started with the jewels. The father always keep the children in front. Acha to all the elevated souls everywhere who follow the Father, to the souls who have a right to receive blessings from the Father by constantly keeping a balance of double service, to those who are constantly unlimited emperors, to such Raj yogis, easy yogis, natural yogis, and to the extremely loving and cooperative children who always maintain the faith and intoxication of having been victorious many times. BapDada's love, remembrance, and Namaste. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Personal meetings with Avyakt BapDada. Do experience yourselves to be the worthy of worship souls every cycle. You have been worthy of worship many times and are once again becoming worthy of worship. Why do you become worthy of worship? Because those who stay in their self-respect automatically receive respect from others. Do you know your self-respect? How high is your self-respect? No matter how high the self-respect of other people is, that is nothing compared to you, because their self-respect is limited, whereas your self-respect is soul-conscious self-respect. Your souls are imperishable, and so your self-respect is also imperishable. The respect is of the body. Bodies are perishable, and so their self-respect is also perishable. Sometimes someone would become a president or a prime minister, but when that body is shed, that self-respect is also gone. Would there remain a president then? However, what is your self-respect? You are an elevated soul, a worthy of worship soul. You have the awareness of being a soul, and this is why you have imperishable self-respect. You cannot be attracted to perishable self-respect. Those with imperishable self-respect become worthy of worship souls. You can see your worship even now. When you see your worthy of worship form, you remember that that is your form, do you not? Even though Your devotees would have given you different forms according to their own devotional feelings. It is still worthy of worship souls to the extent that you have self respect, so you have just as much humanity. You do not have any arrogance in your self respect. It isn't that you have become the highest and that others are junior to you or that you have feelings of dislike for them. Let it not be like that. No matter what souls are like, you will look at them with a vision of compassion, not with a vision of arrogance. Neither arrogance nor insult. This is not the way of a Brahmin life. So your vision has changed. Has it not? Your life has now changed, and so your vision has automatically changed. Has it not? Even your world has changed. What is your world now? Your world is the Father, and the family is included with the Father. Now, when you look at anyone, you will look at them with soul conscious vision and with an elevated vision. Your vision cannot now go towards bodies because the Father is always merged in your vision and in your eyes. How can those who have the Father merged in their eyes have arrogance of their bodies? Is the Father merged or is he becoming merged? If the Father is merged, no one else can merge in your eyes. In any case, the wonder of the eye is of the point, means pupil. Who is it that is seeing everything? Even in terms of the body, it is the point, is it not? The tiny point performs wonders. So, in terms of the body, the tiny point performs wonders, and even in terms of the soul, the Father, the point is merged. And so, no one else can merge in your eyes. Do you think it is like this? Since you have become worthy of worship souls, the eyes of such souls are always pure. They don't show eyes full of arrogance or insult. The eyes of any of the gods or goddesses would be shown as pure and spiritual. So, whose eyes are thus? Whenever you have any thought about anyone, remember who you are. Even my non living images have spiritual eyes. Therefore, I should have them in the living form. Even today, people sing your praise, full of all virtues, completely viceless. So, who are you? You are completely viceless, are you not? Let there not be the slightest trace of any vice. Constantly have the awareness that your devotees are remembering you in that form. So, check, is there any difference between the non living images and the living image? The image was created from the divine activity. The practical divine activity was shown at the confluence age, for that is why the image has been created. Acha, blessing. May you become full of all powers and finish all obstacles in the world as a destroyer of obstacles. Explanation. Only those who are full of all powers can become destroyers of obstacles. No obstacle can come to those who are destroyers of obstacles. However, if you lack any particular power, you cannot become a destroyer of obstacles. So check, is my stock of all powers full? Maintain this awareness and intoxication. All the powers are my inheritance. I am a master, almighty authority. No obstacles will then remain. Slogan. Only those who are constantly creating pure thoughts can remain double light. Om Shanti